What's going on, people? I hope that y'all are really good. I wanted to just address something because this is another thing that I think a lot of people are suffering from. When you have been cheated on, when your trust has been broken, but you've also made the decision that you want to work this thing out with a person, a lot of times people don't know how to navigate that space, right? Because a lot of people don't know how to deal with the discomfort of emotionality, they want to hurry up and get to a particular result, right? So what happens a lot of times is you make premature goals that doesn't necessarily reflect, I think, the seriousness of what is happening right now. It's good to set goals about moving forward and what you want the future to look like. But when you hurt a person, you have no power and you have no control over when that actually is. It's a very vulnerable place to be in because you're committing to something that you don't have the power to directly influence. Because yes, even though you were hurt and even though you were cheated on, it's still your decision on whether or not you're going to let that person back into your life. But there are some things you can do. And I think a lot of times people try to steer conversations away from anything that's going to bring the past back up. But we have to understand the purpose of memories, right? Memories allow us to make adjustments in life, right? If you know that there's a pothole in a road at a particular point, it's not beneficial for you to forget that that hole is there, right? Because you may hit it again and you may end up with your car right back in the shop. It's not beneficial for you to end up in a dangerous space that you were in previously because you may get hurt again. We have to be careful as people not to combat the memory of the people that we continue to hurt, or the people that we have hurt, right? We have to be very careful not to make a person's remembering something the problem. Remember, that's not the problem there. The problem is what you did, not the person's memory of what you did, okay? But because we like to fight the memory that the person has of what we did, we don't know how to steer conversations that lean in to healthy communication. So instead, we try to steer away from things that make us feel uncomfortable. We always blame this person for bringing up the past, and we always feel like this person is holding on to things unnecessarily. That's not true. What's happening here is you are not properly allowing yourself to bear the weight of all those uncomfortable feelings, the embarrassment and the guilt, because you don't like how it feels. But see, sometimes that's what that person needs. That person doesn't just need to have one conversation and then they're done. No. That person just can't agree in one moment that they're going to move forward and literally that be it. No. There's going to be a lot of exchanges that has to happen when it comes to what does healing look like, right? What does this relationship look like in phase 2? Because it's not going to be the same way it was in phase 1. And see, for you ladies and gentlemen out there that struggle with this, I want y'all to understand that yes, it is going to be an uncomfortable thing to do. It is going to feel like you're helping them to kind of hold on to things, but trust me, it's not. All emotions want is an audience with us, right? And when we don't give our emotions an audience, they don't want to go. See, when you think about how people get obsessive, when you think about how people don't know how to let things go, it's because we are not providing an environment of healthy communication for them to let that feeling go. So yeah, it may get a little bit worse before it gets better, but you got to learn how to lean in, okay? Don't try to steer the conversation away from those memories. Don't try to avoid certain topics. If that person is bringing something up, use that as an opportunity to really lean in. Use it as an opportunity to help that person release that emotionality. Sure, it's their life and they should be responsible for their happiness. But if you decided to be in a relationship and you hurt that person, you need to take responsibility for that. Now, this thing is not guaranteed. I'm not saying that it will work if you do this, but I'm saying that if you want to work it out, that's the way. Avoidance only breeds anxiety and obsession. So instead of trying to avoid problems, let's learn how to deal with the discomfort of the feelings so that we can have the necessary confrontations to finally release these toxic emotions so that we can get back into redeveloping our relationship. All right? Hopefully this message got to someone. If it wasn't for you, tag someone, share it with someone, because you never know who may be going through something that this can help them with. All right? Hope that y'all are good, and I'll take care.